still can't believe you're doing this, Nate said, squatting beside me as I cleaned the last bit of dirt from the fuel tank. It's just a bike. Right, I mumbled, my fingers tracing the chrome as if it could feel me one last time. You've had that thing since you were 16, man. You rebuilt it from scratch. You even gave it a name. Shadow's just a machine. Nate laughed bitterly. No, Shadow's your heart on 2 wheels. I didn't answer. My phone buzzed. I wiped my hands and checked it. Emma, I can't breathe. Jason, they said if I don't pay by Friday, I can't graduate. I stared at the message for a long time. Nate leaned over. Her again. She's not asking for help. She's drowning. Dude, she's always drowning. And you keep jumping in without checking if you know how to swim. I love her, I said softly. Nate sighed. Yeah, that's the problem. Ignored him and started the engine. Shadow roared, like she always did, loyal and fierce. I remembered the first time I rode her through the rain, Emma on the back. Her arms around me like I was the only safe place in the world. You're not. Gonna say goodbye to her? Nate asked as I killed the engine. I already did. We drove to the buyer in silence. Nate parked across the road while I rolled Shadow toward a clean-cut guy in a white shirt, inspected her like she was just metal and bolts. How much? He asked. 4,000 cash. He handed me a stack. She's clean, right? She's family? I said. Then stepped back as he mounted her and rode off. Nate stared at me. You good? No. You gonna tell her? No. He frowned. Why not? Because it's not about what I gave up. It's about what she gets to keep. That night, I transferred the money to Emma. She called immediately. Jason, I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything, I replied. I've been so stressed. My mom can't help. My dad's gone. Thought I'd lose everything. You didn't? Where'd you get the money? I figured it out. There was a pause. You're always saving me. I swallowed. Maybe one day I won't have to. You're everything to me, you know that? I try to be. I'll pay you back once I graduate, I swear. It's not about the money, Em. Her voice cracked. I don't deserve you. I laughed softly. Just don't forget me when you're rich and famous. Never, she whispered. You're my anchor. I hung up and stared at the empty garage spot where Shadow used to be. My fingers twitched like they missed her weight on the throttle. The next day, Nate tossed me a soda. You still look like crap. Thanks. She'll better marry you. I don't want her to owe me. I just want her to make it. Still, he muttered. She didn't even ask how you got the cash. No. She didn't ask if it hurt to let her go? No. Nate stared at me for a second. Dude, sometimes I think you love too hard. Maybe, I said. But love's not supposed to be measured. That bike was your dream. She's my future. Yeah. Nate leaned back. Let's hope she thinks the same. That night, I scrolled through old photos, meet polishing Shadow Emma on the seat, grinning. I saved one, set it as my lock screen. I didn't do it for thanks. I didn't do it for promises. I did it because when someone's drowning, and you have a life jacket, you throw it Evan if you go under. Asterisk, hey, it's me, just checking in. Hope you're okay, I said into the phone for the 3rd time that week. No answer, I stared at the screen. No blue ticks, no replies, just silence. She? Call, I muttered, pocketing the phone and heading back into the garage. You talking to yourself now? Nate asked, wiping oil off his hands. She's probably studying, finals and all. Nate raised an eyebrow. She hasn't called in a week. She's under pressure. He tossed me a wrench. You're under pressure too? But you're still here? Fixing cars like your life depends on it? I looked at the busted engine in front of me. Maybe it does. The next morning, I skipped breakfast again. My stomach growled, but I ignored it. Gas money mattered more. At the garage, Mr. Benson called out, You sure about these double shifts, Jason? I need the hours. You haven't had a day off in 3 weeks. I don't need one. He didn't argue, just handed me a repair order. Lunchtime came. Nate sat beside me with a sandwich. You're seriously not eating again? I'll eat later. You keep saying that. I'm saving. For her, I nodded. Double quotes, dude. You already gave up your bike. I'd do it again. Why? Because I believe in her. That night, Emma finally texted Emma. Sorry, crazy week. I'm okay, just tired. Love you. That was it. No call. No. How are you? Just 3 lines still. I smiled. Nate rolled his eyes. That's all it takes, huh? She reached out. That's enough. The days blurred. Work. Sleep. Work. Repeat. Emma's replies got shorter. Babe, can we talk later? Busy. Sorry. Final. Review. Love you. Each time I told myself it was fine. She was just focused. This was her dream, and I was just the background noise she needed to mute to reach it. One night, while under a hood grease on my hands, back aching, I whispered, one day, she'd thank me. You say something? Mr. Benson asked. Nothing? I scrolled Instagram on my break. She hadn't posted in weeks, but that night there it was. A new photo. Emma, in a stunning red dress, cap and gown on her arm. Beaming smile beside her were 3 classmates I didn't recognize. One guy had his hand on her waist. Caption, we made it. Hard work pays off. #graduated. I stared at it. No tag. No mention. No message. My phone didn't buzz. She didn't call. I sat there on the garage step, letting the night press down on me. Nate found me. Hey, you okay? She graduated. Sat beside me. She'll tell you? No, Instagram did. He didn't say anything. I showed him the photo. She didn't invite me. You paid for that dress with your damn bike. I know she forgot you. I didn't answer. Jason, she's not the same girl. She's just busy. No, she moved on. You just didn't notice. I looked down. She said I was her anchor. Anchors get dropped when they end. Ship wants to sail. I stood up slowly. I'm happy for her. You don't have to lie to me. I'm not lying. You're lying to yourself. I didn't go home that night. Stayed at the garage, fixing a busted carburetor just to feel like something was still broken and fixable. At sunrise, I checked my phone again. No calls. No messages. Just the same photo of her with people who didn't know I existed. Asterisk, I dialed her number again. 1 ring, 2, then nothing. The number you are trying to reach is unavailable. I ended the call. Nate? I said, holding out. My phone, can you try calling her? Just to check? You serious right now? Just try. He took the phone, dialed. Same result. Dude, that's not a network issue. She blocked you. No, that's not like her. You sure about that? I texted her, me. Congrats, Emma. I'm proud of you. Call me. No reply. I opened Instagram. Gone. Snapchat. Nothing. I typed her name on Facebook. Page not found. Wait, what the hell, Nate? Looked over. You checking again? She's gone? Like vanished. She didn't vanish. You got blocked? No, I said. Wouldn't do that. You paid for her last semester? You skipped meals for her. She blocked you. She must be overwhelmed. She's probably cleaning up her socials. Nate crossed his arms. Bro, you're not stupid. She's done with you. She didn't even say goodbye. She didn't have to. She used the block button instead. I sat down on the garage floor. My hands were shaking. I clicked through her tagged photos. Don't do this, man, Nate warned. But I did. There she was, Ma, at a rooftop party, holding a glass of champagne. Laughing next to her was a guy in a white button-down, arm around her waist. Caption, power couple vibes. Who's that? I asked quietly. Nate looked. David, rich kid from her college. Always flashing watches and pretending he's deep. My stomach turned. She said she barely talked to him. She led. I stared at the screen. My thumb hovered over the photo. Nate sat beside me. You okay? She told me I was her future. Yeah, well, she changed the channel. She said she'd pay me back. She paid you with silence. I gave her everything, Nate. I know you did. I skipped meals, sold my bike. I worked weekends. You loved her, he said softly. But she loved what you gave her, not who you are. I stared ahead. I don't even feel angry. Isn't that weird? No, that's numbness. I keep thinking maybe she'll explain. She won't. She said I was her anchor. Anchors get heavy when the boat wants to drift. I didn't respond. You gonna text her again? He asked. I shook my head. What's the point? Nate placed a hand on my shoulder. You don't deserve this. I just wanted to hear a voice. You heard the silence instead. I stood up slowly. My legs felt weak. Where are you going? I don't know. I just need to walk. Want me to come? No, I said. This one's mine. I walked down the empty street. The world felt too loud and too quiet at the same time. A couple passed me laughing. A car sped by, music blasting. But inside me it was just silence. I pulled out my phone one last time. No. Notifications. Just the same cracked screen and a wallpaper of her smile. I locked it and kept walking. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew one thing I wasn't chasing anymore. Jason, wake up. I didn't move. Come on. You haven't eaten in 2 days. Still didn't move. I heard a sigh. Then the creak of my mattress. The blanket lifted and a plate appeared in front of me. Lily, I'm not hungry. You said that yesterday. I meant it. Eat something. No, you're scaring me. I'm fine. You don't look fine. You look like a ghost. I'm still breathing. That's not the same as living. I rolled onto my side, pulling the blanket back over my head. She waited, then said, if she blocked you, let her go. I said nothing. She's not worth starving for, Jason. Leave me alone. You think hiding will fix it? No, but talking sure won't. She stood. You're not the only one who's hurt. I gave her everything. I know. She didn't even say goodbye. I know. It was nothing to her. That's not true. It is. She didn't reply. She walked out, quietly shutting the door. I stared at the ceiling again. Cracks in the paint. Same as yesterday. Same as the day before. I grabbed my phone and opened our chat. Scrolled all the way up. Emma. Hey, stranger. Still riding that ugly bike? Me? Ugly? You loved it last week, Emma? I love you more. I kept scrolling. Memories in pixels, promises, plans, lies. I stopped on a photo, her in my hoodie, smiling. Stared at it for a long time, then deleted it. My phone buzzed. Mr. Benson, you alive, kid? Garage is empty without you, I didn't reply. Another ping, Mr. Benson. You don't get to disappear? Show up tomorrow, or I'm dragging you and myself. I let the phone drop to the floor that night. I dreamed I was still with her, waking up with her hand in mine, laughing over burnt toast, dancing in the rain, and then I woke up alone. Same ceiling, same silence. Next morning, Lily stood by the door, holding my work shirt. You need to go, she said. I'm not ready. You never will be. I sat up slowly. My body ached like it hadn't moved in years. You really think I should? I think if you don't, you'll break. I nodded once. The garage smelled like oil and dust, familiar. Grounding, Mr. Benson looked up. Look what the storm dragged in. Hey, you look like hell. Feel worse? It means you're not dead yet. He tossed me gloves. Start with Bay 2. Dodge needs a new alternator. I moved without thinking. Tools in hand, wires, bolts, grease, hands moving. Mind blank. Nate showed up an hour later. Holy crap, you're alive. Barely. You're eating again? Trying? You talked to her? No. Good. Keep it that way. Silence settled between us. I tightened a bolt. You still love her? He asked. I paused. I don't even know what that word means anymore. He nodded. Sometimes it just means pain. I thought it meant forever. It did. To you, I kept working. Later, Mr. Benson walked over. You planning to sleep under that hood? Maybe. Kid, he said, leaning against the workbench. You've got 2 choices now. Yeah, drown in it or build something new. I stared at him. You already lost her. Don't lose yourself too. I don't know who I am without her. He pointed to the engine. Start there. We'll figure it out. I nodded that. Sun dipped low. The garage lights flickered on. For the first time in days, I felt something other than pain. It wasn't happiness, not peace either, but it was something, and it was enough to keep going. Asterisk Jason, you seeing this? Nate asked, waving his phone at me while I adjusted a carburetor. What is it now? He grinned. Some girls blowing up on social media. Viral posts. Rags to riches story. Cool. She went from broke student to corporate star. Real Cinderella. Good for her. Her name's Emma Reed. My hands froze. What? Nate tapped the screen. Yeah, dude. That's her. I took the phone. It was a long post, paragraph after paragraph. I worked day and night, believed in myself when no one else did. I paid my own tuition, fought through every setback alone. And now I'm here independent, proud, free. I read it twice, 3 times. No mention of me, no mention of the money, the bike, the meals I skipped. It's the nights I didn't sleep. She really wrote this? I asked. Posted it last night. Got shared everywhere. I handed the phone back, my throat dry. She said she couldn't breathe without me. Guess she learned. She said I was her reason. Nate crossed his arms. You were her resource. I looked down at the wrench in my hand. She rewrote the story. She erased you. I nodded slowly. She's not who I thought she was. No, man. She never was. I walked to the back of the garage. My hand shook, but not from anger. Not anymore, mister. Benson was refilling coolant. Something on your mind? Everything. Gave a short nod. It'll pass, will it? Leaned against the counter. Depends. You holding on or letting go? I didn't answer. He pulled a rag from his pocket, wiped his hands. Pain's heavy, but it doesn't belong to you forever. I exhaled. I thought she loved me. You loved her. I needed it to be real. Doesn't mean it was. I looked at him. So what now? You heal. You keep building. That simple. Nothing about it is simple, but it's necessary. That night, I sat on my bed and opened the old shoebox under my desk. Inside photos, movie stubs, bracelet she left in my car. I held one picture in my hand, her arms around my shoulders. Both of us smiling like the world was ours. Lies, I whispered. Lily knocked softly. You okay? Yeah, she stepped in. I heard about the post. Of course you did. She didn't even mention you. Not a word. Lily sat beside me. She's rewriting history. She's deleting me. You still have the truth. I don't want it anymore. I stood, walked to the backyard. Stars above, air cold against my skin. I lit a match, held it to the photo. The edges curled, blackened. I watched us disappear together. When it was ash, I whispered, I'm done chasing ghosts. Asterisk, are you seriously filming this rust bucket? Lily laughed, holding up her phone as I wiped my hands. Yup, I said. People love watching old things come back to life. She zoomed in. You're gonna make this thing run again? Watch me. Hit record on my setup. Alright, today we've got a 1983 Yamaha that looks like it's been to hell and back. Let's see if we can bring it home. Lily mouthed silently behind the camera. You're crazy. I grinned. Step 1, respect the rust. The camera caught everything. Grease on my face, sweat on my shirt. The way I talked to machines like they were people. 3 hours later, I uploaded it. Done, I said, exhaling. You're really doing this? Lily said. Feels right. You're not thinking about her, only when I close my eyes. Jason, I'm fine. The next morning, my phone buzzed non-stop. I blinked. 50,000 views. Lily popped her head into the garage. Dude, you're blowing up. I refreshed. Comments. Shares. People love the bike. They love you. I shook my head. They love the mess. Same thing. By the end of the week, 3 brands reached out. One said, we want your story. Another said, you're real? That's rare. Read the emails aloud to Lily. Is this seriously happening? It is. I was just fixing bikes. Exactly. No fake quotes. No staged photos. I looked down at the oil-stained floor. No lies, she nudged me. You earned this. I smiled for the first time in weeks. Without her, we started building a website. Lily handled the design. I did the content. I filmed daily. Hey guys, I said to the camera. Today's rebuild means more than the bike. It means showing up even when you don't want to. I wasn't acting. I never was. It grew fast. People commented, you helped. Me through a breakup. Others said, your pain turned into something beautiful. One night I leaned back in my chair and whispered, I'm proud of you, man. Lily looked up. You're talking to yourself again? Yep, we'll tell. Him, I'm proud of him too. I laughed. We kept going. Bigger projects, more views. A sponsor sent me a custom tool set. Another offered to fly me out for a collaboration. I don't care about the money, I said. You care about the purpose, Lily replied. Exactly. Then one night, I got the notification, friend request. Unknown user. I clicked the profile. No. Photo, no posts, just one mutual friend. Lily, I froze. The username, M. Read 91. My chest tightened. Lily called. She walked in holding tea. Yeah, I turned the screen toward her. Look, she stared. That's her? Why now? You already know. I don't want to know. You sure? Closed the request. Didn't accept, didn't decline, just closed it. She can watch, I said quietly, but she doesn't get to be part of it. Lily smiled. Let her have her spotlight. I've got mine. Mine's real. Buzz. A new message. Unknown number. Jason, I was stupid. Can we talk? I stared at the screen, nothing else, just that. Who is it? Lily asked, drying her hands on her jeans. I flipped my phone over. Nobody. You sure? I nodded. Just spam. But I knew that tone, that punctuation, that hesitation between guilt and desperation. It was her. Emma. Locked my phone and got back to the engine block I was working on. Lily didn't ask again. She never pushed. But the message didn't go away. Later that week, while grabbing parts, from the back room, I overheard two guys talking. Man, did you hear about Emma Reed? No. What happened? Dumped by that David guy? Apparently he cheated on her with some intern. Damn, thought she had it all figured out. I stood still. Yeah, now she's working retail. Like minimum wage stuff. Must be rough. I walked out before they saw me. That night, I sat on the edge of my bed, phone in hand. The message was still there, still unread, still glowing like a trap. Lily walked in with hot cocoa. Want to talk about it now? No. She reached out. Yeah. Did she say? I handed her the phone. Lily read it slowly. Huh? That's all? What do you want me to say? I don't know. She didn't apologize. She didn't say she was sorry. Just that she was stupid. She was. She was cruel. I gave her everything. I know. She blocked me like I was nothing. I know. Now she wants closure. She wants comfort. I laughed bitterly. Wrong address, she sees you now. That's what this is. Too late. You? Going to answer her? I stared at the screen again. No, why not? Because I'm not that guy anymore. Lily sat beside me. Want me to block her? I took the phone back. No. Then what? I opened the message, hovered over it, then hit delete. No reply, no explanation, no anger, just silence. Lily exhaled. You okay I am now? What changed? I stood up, tossed my phone on the desk. Some doors don't deserve to be reopened. Asterisk sign here, the dealer said, sliding the paper across the counter. My hand trembled for a second, then I signed. He whistled. You sure this is the one? Sleek, black, real beast? I've never been more sure. Outside it waited. Matte black, smooth lines, a growling engine. My new ride. I swung my leg over, turned the key, and the machine came alive. Lily clapped from the sidewalk. Look like a villain. I'm done being the background character. You riding it home? Nope. I'm riding it everywhere. Laughed. Try not to break it on day one. No promises. The moment I twisted the throttle, the world faded behind me. The city blurred.
Ow.
Wind screamed past my ears. My thoughts finally quieted. I wasn't escaping. I was claiming. claiming my space. My story, my freedom. My reflection flashed in shop windows as I passed helmet low. Body forward, no more weight on my back. Red light. I stopped. A kid next to me rolled his window down. Sick bike, man, thanks. Is it new? Brand new. Cool. You look like you own the road. I smiled. But today I do. I turned left toward the place that started it. All the garage. The sign had changed. Benson and Con Motors, my name up there, still felt unreal. I parked and walked in. The familiar smell of oil, sweat, and something oddly comforting hit me. Mr. Benson wiped his hands on a rag. Look who finally rides in like a hero. I figured it was time. That the one outside? Yeah, looks expensive. It was. You're finally spending on yourself. Guess I am. He slapped my back. About time, Lily. Entered with 2 coffees, extra sugar. Just how you like it. You're spoiling me. I prefer calling it investing in my boss. I raised an eyebrow. Boss. You signed the papers. It's half yours now. I looked at the tools. Hanging neatly, the new lift, the workstations, feels different. You made it different, Benson said. I just kept showing up. That's the hardest part. I took the coffee and stepped outside. Same corner where I once cried over an empty phone screen. I sat on the curb, pulled out my phone, opened. Instagram. Emma's profile wasn't private anymore. No new posts, no filters, no designer bags or quotes about self-worth. Just silence. I scrolled. Her last post was months ago. Selfie. No caption, no comments, only 1 like from someone I didn't recognize. Lily sat beside me, curious. Not really. You looked anyway? Sometimes silence says more than words. Hey, what does? Her silence say that she's living her truth, whatever that is. You okay with that? I don't hate her, you loved her. I did. You don't anymore. I paused. I love what she taught me. Lily nodded slowly, which is how to stand up after falling flat on my face. That's poetic. It's true. She leaned her head on my shoulder. So what now? I ride. For what? For me. He sat there quietly as the sun dipped low. Mr. Benson shouted from the bay. Hey, either help or leave. I stood up and stretched. I should go. Lily smiled. Where? Nowhere. Everywhere. I walked to the bike, slid on my helmet, and took one last look at the garage, at what I built, at who I became. I revved the engine and rode off, not away from anything, just forward. And as the city opened, up before me, I said softly into the wind, I sold my bike for her. She sold me for a lifestyle. But now I ride for me.